Building a business that actually scales. Here's the brutal truth about building a business. Most entrepreneurs think they're building the next Amazon. What they're actually building is a very expensive hobby that will be dead in 2 years. There's a 20% survival rate. That's it. 80% of new ventures don't make it past year 2. But here's what's interesting. It's not because they have a bad product or terrible ideas. It's because they fundamentally misunderstand what it means to build a scalable business. They confuse activity with progress. They mistake short-term wins for long-term sustainability. And they build businesses that work today but will be irrelevant tomorrow. Now, the internet has given us an unprecedented set of opportunities to build global businesses from our kitchen tables. But it also created a generation of entrepreneurs who think success means copying what worked for someone else last year. And that's not how this works. I'm Tate Pollock, founder of Pivotal and author of Everywhere Commerce. This channel is about building businesses that survive, thrive, and scale in the real world. If you're here to learn how modern commerce actually works, then hit that subscribe button and grab a book at pivotal.digital/everywhere-commerce. Today we're diving into chapter 2 of Everywhere Commerce. This is the book. Go get your copy. Today we're diving into chapter 2 of Everywhere Commerce, building a scalable business. This isn't about growth hacking or viral marketing tricks. This is about the fundamental principles that separate businesses that last from businesses that crash and burn. We're going to cover why most entrepreneurs think backwards about business building, the innovative models that are actually working today, and how to position your business to survive the inevitable changes that will come. This is about building something that works without you having to work every single hour of every single day. First of all, we'll go through the perspective problem. Let me start with a question that most entrepreneurs get completely wrong. Is there a guaranteed, foolproof formula for building a successful business? The answer is no, obviously not. If there was, we'd all be billionaires and business books wouldn't exist. But here's what I see happening. Entrepreneurs know there's no guarantee, but they act like there is. There's one thing that works and they ride it into the ground. The short-term trap. So the biggest mistake I see is entrepreneurs who think in terms of days and weeks instead of months and years. They get excited about their first sale, and I don't blame them, their first good month, their first bit of press coverage, and they think that momentum will just continue forever if they keep doing exactly what they're doing. And that's not how businesses work. That's how hobbies work. What got you to where you are won't necessarily get you to where you're going. And I get reminded of this all the time. So this market changes, competition emerges, customer expectations evolve, and technology shifts. Think about BlackBerry. In 2008, they were the king of mobile devices. Business professionals wouldn't be caught dead without one. They had everything: brand recognition, market share, customer loyalty. But by 2016, their market share was less than 1%. What happened? They kept doing what worked instead of adapting to what was coming. Also, Blockbuster. In 2000, they were undisputed in home entertainment space. They had stores everywhere, established relationships with studios, a business model, and it basically printed money. But by 2010, they were bankrupt. Netflix didn't just compete with them, they made them irrelevant. The change imperative. Here's what successful businesses understand. Change isn't something that happens to you, it's something you orchestrate. Apple didn't become Apple by making better computers. They became Apple by constantly reinventing what it meant to be a technology company. Amazon didn't become Amazon by selling more books. They became Amazon by expanding into everything, such as the name Amazon, as in the expansive rainforest. Netflix didn't become Netflix by mailing more DVDs. Remember Love Film? They became Netflix by making DVDs obsolete. The pattern is always the same too. The businesses that survive are the ones that change before they have to, so they iterate. The iteration mindset. This doesn't mean you should panic and change everything every week. It means you should be constantly evaluating what's working and what isn't. Now ask yourself these questions regularly. What are your brand's current strengths and weaknesses? Which parts of your business are delivering results and which aren't? What are the most obvious mistakes you've made and what can you learn from them? If you could start over knowing what you know now, what would you do differently? This kind of honest self-assessment is uncomfortable, but it's the only way to build something that lasts. Planning for the future. Most entrepreneurs plan for success. Smart entrepreneurs plan for change. The businesses that thrive long-term aren't the ones that execute one perfect plan. They're the ones that adapt their plans as reality unfolds. You need to be stubborn about your vision, but flexible about your methods. The goal stays the same, the tactics evolve. The e-commerce advantage. Let me tell you why this is the best time in history to build a scalable business. Global reach. You can now get global reach with minimal investment. For the first time ever, a one-person business can compete with multinational corporations. You can reach customers anywhere in the world from your spare bedroom. Traditional businesses were limited by geography. If you opened a shop, you served whoever happened to live nearby. If you wanted to expand, you needed new locations, more staff, and a much higher overhead. Online businesses flip this equation. Your potential market is everyone with an internet connection. Your overhead is a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. Cost structure revolution. So, physical retailers have enormous fixed costs: rent, utilities, insurance, staff, inventory storage. These costs exist whether you sell 1 unit or 1,000. Online businesses have variable costs that scale with revenue. So when you sell more, you can afford to spend more on marketing, better tools, and additional help. This means more of your revenue becomes profit, and that profit can be reinvested into further growth. The leveling effect. Here's what's revolutionary. So customers can't tell the difference between a billion-dollar company and a bootstrap startup if both deliver the same experience. Your website can look as professional as Amazon's. Your customer service can be more responsive than Apple's. Your product quality can exceed what Fortune 500 companies deliver. And the playing field has been leveled in a way that's never existed before, which makes my job very interesting. Innovative business models. Now let's talk about the business models that are actually working in today's market. Subscription services are literally the convenience revolution. Online retail is fundamentally about convenience. So customers, and they want what they want it when they want it and without friction. Subscription services take this to its logical conclusion. Instead of making customers go through the same purchase repeatedly, you do it once and then you deliver ongoing value. This isn't just about physical products. There are software subscriptions, service subscriptions, content subscriptions. If someone needs something regularly, there's an opportunity to subscriptionize it. And the beauty of subscriptions is predictable revenue. Instead of starting from zero every month, you start with your existing subscriber base and build from there. But subscriptions only work if you're delivering genuine and ongoing value. If customers feel like they're paying for something they don't really need every month, they'll cancel. So now service products, there's zero overhead. They offer high value often. And here's something most people miss. E-commerce isn't just about physical products. Some of the most profitable online businesses sell services that can be delivered digitally. Consulting blocks, digital audits, training programs, lead generation, anything that can be systematized and delivered without physical inventory. The advantage of this is obvious. There's no storage costs, no shipping complications, no inventory management. Your overhead is essentially your time and your expertise. And because services are typically higher value than products, you need fewer customers to generate the same revenue. The hybrid approach. Most successful businesses often combine multiple models. They might sell physical products through subscriptions, offer related services, and create digital products for their existing customer base. This diversification reduces risk. So if one revenue stream slows down, others can help compensate. So we're going to talk quickly about strategic supply chain models. Let's talk about how to actually fulfill orders without breaking the budget or your sanity. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we talked about before, which is drop shipping. So we'll start with that, and then we'll go into some more detail about the different ways you can work with those models. So drop shipping. the good, the bad, and the reality. Dropshipping gets a lot of hype because it sounds perfect on paper. You sell products you don't own, and then you collect payments from your customers, then have suppliers ship directly to them. No inventory, no storage, no fulfillment headaches. And for some businesses, it works brilliantly. You can test products without investment, you can scale quickly without warehouse space, and operate from anywhere. But here's what the dropship gurus don't tell you. It's not a business model, it's a fulfillment method. How dropshipping actually works. So the classic e-commerce model is you buy inventory, you store it, and you ship it when customers order. The dropshipping model, customers order from you, you order from suppliers, suppliers ship it to your customers. And the difference seems huge, but the fundamentals are the same. You still need to attract customers, convert them into buyers, and deliver a great experience. The real pros of dropshipping are you've got minimal startup costs, you're not investing thousands in inventory that might not sell, you've got geographical freedom. If you're not handling fulfillment, you can run your business from anywhere. So that's handy. You've got reduced risk. So you can buy products after customers have already bought them from you. So you can use their money to spend that money and buy them. You've got scalability. Your supplier can handle increased volume without you needing more space or more staff. But there are cons. So the real cons of dropshipping are loss of control. When something goes wrong with your fulfillment, your customers blame you and not your supplier. So you have to be willing to take responsibility for your supplier. So find a good one. Shipping limitations. So you're bound by your supplier's policies, timeframes, and their capabilities. You've got operational dependency. So if your supplier has problems, your business just stops working. Customer service complexity. So it becomes a lot harder to manage customer service when you're responsible for the entire experience, but you only control a part of it. And here's the truth about dropshipping success. So dropshipping works when everything else about your business works. If you can't attract customers, convert your visitors, build a brand, then dropshipping won't save you. It's a tool rather than a strategy. Use it when it makes sense, but don't expect it to solve fundamental business problems. Wholesaling is the traditional approach, and that's where you buy products in bulk at wholesale prices and then you sell them at retail prices. This is the oldest business model in existence. It requires more upfront investment and storage space, but you have complete control over the customer experience. So use maybe old wisdom and perhaps diversify your business into this so you can control the whole thing. You get to handle the quality control, shipping speed, customer service, all directly. And for many businesses, this control is worth the additional complexity and cost. So if you can scale to that point, then perhaps do. In fact, I don't know any business that's really, really big and scaled successfully that hasn't moved into the wholesale model, even if they started from a dropship model. So then you have white labeling. So building your brand. So white labeling means taking existing products and rebranding them as your own. So the manufacturer handles production, you handle the branding and the marketing. So this is like dropshipping, except you also get the brand benefit, the benefit of putting your name to the product. This can be extremely effective if you focus on building a strong brand identity and the products are of a high quality, or the services of a high quality. Customers aren't buying the product, they buy into your brand story though. So the key is finding products you can genuinely improve through better branding, better customer service, or market positioning, or all of the above. Choosing the right business model for you. So how do you decide which approach is right for your business? You start with your resources. If you have limited capital but strong marketing skills, dropshipping or service products might make sense. If you have more capital but limited time, wholesaling with a fulfillment service could work better. If you have unique expertise but no product ideas, then white labeling could be your answer. Consider your strengths. Are you better at creating products or marketing them? Are you good at operations or relationship building? Do you prefer controlling every detail or delegating to specialists? Your business model should amplify your strengths as opposed to exposing your weaknesses. So you want to think long term. The model that gets you started isn't the model that scales. So many successful businesses begin with dropshipping and evolve into private label products, or start with services and add physical products later. Build for where you are now, but keep an eye on where you want to be. You want to test and you want to iterate. You don't have to commit to one model forever. In fact, you shouldn't. Test different approaches, measure the results, and double down on what works for you. The market will tell you what's working, so the key is to listen to it. Scalability factor. Here's what separates businesses that grow from businesses that plateau. Systems over heroes. Businesses that depend on one person working heroic hours don't scale. They just create very expensive jobs for their owners. Scalable businesses have systems, processes, and procedures that work whether the founder is there or not. Predictable growth mechanisms. Random growth isn't sustainable. You need to understand exactly how customers find you, why they buy from you, and how to get more of both. If you can't predict your growth, you can't control it. If you can't control it, you can't scale it. You need to get good at platform thinking. The most scalable businesses build platforms that can support multiple products, services, or revenue streams. Amazon started with books, but they built a platform that could sell anything. Apple started with computers, but built a platform that could deliver any digital experience. Think Apple TV, things like that. So think about how your business could become a platform for serving your customers' more broader needs. Building a scalable business isn't about finding the perfect formula. It's about building something that can adapt, evolve, and grow as the world changes around it. The businesses that survive aren't the ones that execute perfectly, they're the ones that learn quickly and adapt constantly. Start with a model that fits your current resources and capabilities, and then build systems that can handle growth. Stay obsessed with customer value, not just customer acquisition. Because if you give customers value, they'll keep coming back. And remember, what works today might not work for tomorrow. So build for change, not for today. If this changed how you think about building a business, then hit that like button and subscribe for more real-world commerce insights. Get the full framework for building scalable businesses at pivotal.digital/everywhere-commerce. Next week, we're continuing Chapter 2 with global business strategies, and we'll dive deep into outsourcing, offshoring, and nearshoring strategies, when to use them and how to make them work, and the ethical considerations that most entrepreneurs ignore. We'll cover the real pros and cons on working with global talent and how to choose between domestic and international partners, and why business models need to align with your values if you want to build something that lasts. It's the strategic playbook for building a truly global business. See you then.